Welcome back to I Know Football. Today's episode is going to be on how to take apart a Revo Speed helmet. So you may have seen my video on how to take apart a 360. Now I'm going to show you how to take apart a Speed. I do want to warn you first, it is kind of difficult. It's not as easy as I might make it look. So I definitely have an adult do this. The difficulty is just the strength needed to put the air bladders in and put the inflation points back in the proper holes. That's the only difficulty. So other than that, let's go ahead and get started. So the tools that you're going to need. The main thing is a screwdriver. So you're going to need a screwdriver for the face mask, and if you're one of the unlucky few, you're going to also need needle nose pliers, and I'll show you why when we get started. So without further ado, let's get started taking apart this helmet. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the little plastic caps that are on the air inflation points. So here goes one, so this is the side, and the second air inflation point at the back. I'm going to take that out as well. Next, I'm going to focus on the face mask. So first things first is I'm going to remove the quick release point, and I'm going to use the screwdriver to poke the middle pin. And once it's depressed inside, then you can kind of lift this up a little bit, move the screwdriver, and you're going to kind of wiggle it out. If the pin depresses inside again, you're going to have to depress it. Now I've got the pin out. And don't forget about the back side that's actually inside of the helmet. Now we're going to do the other side. Okay, so now if you are one of the lucky ones, what you're going to do is you're going to take a screwdriver to these screws in the top of the face mask, and you're just going to unscrew them. Remember, you turn to the left. So I've already taken this helmet apart before, so I already know that I'm going to run into an issue. But what's going to happen is when you're unscrewing, if the screw is not coming out, then that means that you're going to need the needle nose pliers to hold the back of the screw, of the base. Sorry, no, that's not going to come out. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to focus on the inside of the helmet. I'm going to swing up the face mask, take off the chin strap. You can throw that to the side. And I'm going to start pulling apart the inside of the helmet. So the first thing to go is going to be the jaw pads right here. And there's Velcro. You have the Velcro to take it apart, and you also have these points. So this is going to click out, which is the air inflation point, and this is also going to click out. You just simply pull it out. Alright, so you take this, put that to the side, same thing on the other side. Next, I'm going to take out the overliner on the inside. So you reach back here, and it's just Velcroed in. So reach back behind the Riddell sign in the rear of the helmet, and on either side, here and here, they're just going to be Velcro. So you're going to reach in and take off that Velcro. Same thing over here. Alright, next, most of the pads on the inside are Velcroed in, so you're just going to do the same thing. Just pull that piece of it. The pads are attached to the overliner, so after you release this Velcro, you're actually going to want to pull out the whole pad. And this rear pad is going to be connected to the rear inflation point. And at the very top of the crown, on the inside, let's see if you can see that, there's actually going to be 2 more Velcro points here and here. So you want to reach back and undo the Velcro before pulling out the rear part of the crown. So now I've got it. Now I'm going to pull from the rear inflation point and just pull directly outward. You can hear it snap. So once you do that, it just folds out. So here's what the helmet's going to look like when you take out the rear of it. You can see the label comes with it. This is how it's all connected. So this is a piece that's attached to the rear crown liner. So you can now remove the overliner. So if you're going to wash it, this is just how you remove it. So this is how the rear point of the crown. That's it. It's all Velcroed in. You know, the part of the overliner when it's attached, it's all Velcroed in. This is a piece that you can wash, obviously, by hand. And now we have this top part, and that's really easy to pull off. Same thing, it's going to be Velcro and an inflation point here, and then also just this point that holds it to the helmet. So you're going to pull from those 2 points. There you go. So that's it. So now you still have the face mask attached, and that's because we need to get to the back of the screws to get the face mask off. So unfortunately, you know, if you can't get your face mask off, this is something that you will have to do. Like, you're putting on a visor, you're like, hey, my screws aren't coming out. This is probably what you'll have to do to get your face mask off. Another reason why I really like the 4 quick release points on the 360. So just like in on the 360, what you're going to do with this is, it's hard to see, but there's a crown in there, and you're just going to pull it forward. So here, I get my hand behind here, and it's all just Velcro. Just pull it down like that, and you can take this out. This is the part that is on the forehead. And now, what that does is that exposes the 4 screws, or sorry, the 2 screws that are holding in the face mask. So I'm going to take my needle nose pliers, these right here, these are needle nose pliers, and I'm going to hold, it's really hard to see, but I'm going to hold the back piece of the screw, those silver squares, I'm going to hold that with the pliers while I unscrew with the screwdriver. See, now the screw is coming out because I'm holding it with the pliers at the back end. So once that comes out, you're going to have the screw. You're going to have the silver piece at the back. So this is the portion that I was holding with the pliers back there, and here's the screw. So put this to the side as well. And same thing on the second one. Okay, now that the second one's off, now you can completely remove the face mask. So here you go. So if you want to swap your face mask, obviously this would be the point to do it in. And this is the part of the overliner that covers the forehead that is actually attached to the Riddell sign. So this is all just one piece. So there you have it. That is how you take apart a Revo Speed. Again, you can do this if you want to clean your helmet, if you want to get your helmet painted, I would suggest, you know, taking out these additional screws if you wanted to change your face mask, or if you're having trouble, or if you popped one of the bladders and you want to replace that. You can order each of these parts individually and then replace it with your helmet. So now I'm not going to clean this one because I actually already cleaned it when I took it apart the first time, but I will show you how to put it all back together. So when you put your helmet back together, you're just going to do it in the reverse process of when you took it apart. The first thing I'm going to do is put on the face mask and this piece that goes on forehead, just because you know, I had trouble with the screws in the face mask. I did need pliers to hold it in there. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. So go ahead and take the piece of the overliner, take the face mask, the screws that go with it, your pliers, and your screwdriver. And I apologize in advance if this is hard to see, but if you have it in front of you, it should be a little bit easier. Also, what you do when you put it on is you're going to put in the screw and just turn it with your hand first. Hold it in from the back and screw it in as tight as you can with your hand. That way it's in there secured, and it will help you on the other side when you put in that screw. Okay, and that's actually the hardest part. That part's done. So now you're going to take this piece and you're going to put it in the little pocket for the overliner. Make sure when you put it in that after you flip it up, it's the right way. I would hate for you to put it in incorrectly. So obviously the Velcro is going to be facing the outside. That's one easy way for you to tell. So once you have it in like this, you're just going to flip it up and inside, and it's going to stick with the Velcro. So make sure it's at the front of the helmet, and make sure that Velcro portion is stuck down. So next, you're going to take the top piece crown liner that has not only the inflation point, but also the other points, just attach it to the helmet. This is probably going to be one of the hardest pieces to put in as well. You really have to push hard, and the best way to do it is to push. When you put it inside the helmet, you're going to push here on this point, and you're also going to push here at this point to really make sure that you get the bladders in the right holes. And the part with the air hole bladder, right here, is actually going to go towards the front of the helmet. Once you've got it lined up, you're just going to push down really hard at that point that I showed you earlier. When you push really hard, it'll go and it'll be fine. So you're going to do the same thing at the back. At this point, it helps. I was trying to show you what it looked like, but it helps if you just put it down and you just push with two hands straight in that point. So now we have the top piece of the crown liner in. Now with this piece, what you're going to do is you're first going to put the overliner on it. So again, slide these side pieces on. So it looks like this. You want to put these back pieces of, or Velcro them in. So you're going to pull it down like this and slip the Velcro inside. Same thing again. There's a little separation, so you pull it, slip the black Velcro in, and there you got it. So now this piece is going to go inside the helmet. Again, I would start more towards the back. So you can just insert the shell. A lot of it's going to Velcro in, and you want to key on this inflation point and the Riddell sign right here. So the inflation point is going to go through this hole, and the Riddell sign is going to go around this edge of the shell. So once you kind of get the Riddell sign on, you're going to see the shell, or sorry, you're going to see the inflation point, and when you have it lined up, you're going to flip the helmet over, reach inside, you're going to push right on that Speed logo. That Speed logo is where the inflation point is, so just push right in the middle of that Speed logo. Alright, so once you have this last inflation point in, which is probably one of the hardest things in the helmet to do, is put in these inflation points. You can go ahead and you can move around the side piece of the crown liner to make sure that they're Velcroed in correctly. So here I'm going to just re-Velcro it, make sure it's in the right spot. Same thing on this side. And then don't forget, at this top piece between the forehead part and then the top of the crown liner, there's Velcro that needs to be tucked in. It's black, so it's really hard to see. We're just going to reach in, fold that over. So now one of the last steps is going to be to put in the jaw pads. So they're actually left and right specific, and if you look at them, they're actually labeled. This one says right and this one says left, so we'll go ahead and do the left side first. And I mean, if you mess up, you'll know, like, it won't fit in correctly. So these are really hard to screw up. So you're just gonna use the 2 points that they had, and you're gonna have a point here and here. The air inflation goes at the bottom, so you click that in like that, and then the top piece is also going to click in like that, and then part of it Velcros in. So you want to get that Velcro part down. Same thing on the other side. There you go. Next, I'm actually going to put my chin strap in before I finish the quick release points. So the chin strap goes under the face mask, and that's the reason why I'm putting it first before I finish attaching the quick release on the face mask. So now that the chin strap is in, then you want to close the face mask. So you can see here, the chin strap goes underneath the face mask. Now you're going to take your quick release points and you're going to slip the disc in between the jaw pad. So I took out the Velcro and the shell. And you can hold it there with your finger, slip the face mask back, flip over the point, and now you're going to take the quick release point and put it in. And what you're going to do to attach the quick release point is, so you see the pin is not depressed, so you have to depress the pin, click in, and once it's clicked in, then you can let go, and it'll be in there tight. Same thing on the other side. Take the disc, slip it between the jaw pad and the shell, take the pin, align it, take a screwdriver, depress the pin, and click. I can even feel the pin touching my finger at the back. That's how I know it's in. Once I can feel it touching my finger, let go, and it's snapped in. There's these two plastic pieces that came out from the air inflation points. You actually don't have to put those back. You can try if you want to. I'm not going to for this helmet. But there you have it. That is how you take apart a Revo Speed and put it back together. Again, I would recommend only adults to do this. If your kid, don't try it. The air inflation points are really hard to get back in, so I wouldn't want you to ruin your helmet. If this video helped you out, remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.